Am I the a-hole for thinking my girlfriend's work trips didn't add up? I, 30 male, have been with my girlfriend, 30 female, for 4 years, and we've lived together for the last 2. Over the past couple of months, her job suddenly had her traveling much more than usual. Some trips were overnight, some lasted 2 days, and others stretched nearly a full work week. I was honestly happy for her. She seemed to be doing well at work, networking, and advancing in her career. Then I started noticing little things. Before one trip, she was trying on outfits while packing, and I noticed she'd completely shaved. Normally she's well-groomed, but almost never completely bare. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to sound accusatory. Then she started changing her flights. Instead of flying out the night before an early Monday meeting, she'd suddenly leave Saturday afternoon. Her explanation was that she wanted to avoid travel delays. It sounded reasonable, but it also meant voluntarily spending extra days alone in a hotel before work even started. Then it happened again. Another trip. Another flight changed from Monday morning to Saturday morning. This time she said she'd never been to that city before and wanted time to explore. The only problem, it wasn't exactly the kind of place people normally vacation in. Once again, she'd completely shaved before leaving. This time, I finally asked. I said, "I've noticed you shave completely before these work trips. Is there a reason?" She calmly replied, "It makes me feel more confident going into meetings, and it's easier while traveling." I tried to accept that answer. But if that was true, why didn't she do it all the time? The final thing that really bothered me happened while she was away. She texted me some intimate photos from her hotel bathroom after taking a shower. I saved them to my phone. Then I noticed the timestamps. They weren't taken that night. They'd actually been taken almost 2 months earlier, at a completely different hotel during another work trip. If she'd felt good enough to take those pictures back then, why wait 2 months to send them? At that point, I couldn't tell if I was overthinking everything, or if all these little details were adding up to something much bigger. So I asked people what they thought. The responses were surprisingly consistent. One commenter simply said, "Trust your gut." Another pointed out that the shaving, the early travel, and the old photos altogether were serious red flags. Someone else said the biggest concern wasn't even the shaving. It was voluntarily leaving 2 days early every single trip. They also pointed out someone had to be paying for those extra hotel nights. Several people suggested it could be a coworker. Others asked if she'd become secretive with her phone. Honestly, she hadn't. She still FaceTimed me most nights. She wasn't protective of her phone. Our relationship felt completely normal. We were intimate 2 to 4 times a week. That's exactly why I was so conflicted. Before we get to what happened next, make sure you follow for more videos posted daily. Update: 5 days later. After reading everyone's comments, I decided I couldn't ignore my instincts anymore. The morning she came home from her latest trip, I asked her to sit down. I told her we needed to have an honest conversation. I explained every concern I'd been holding on to: the shaving, the early flights, the old hotel photos. I told her I deserved the truth. She broke down almost immediately. She started crying and admitted she'd been sleeping with her manager during these work trips. I was completely devastated. I ended the relationship right there. She begged me to stay. She insisted it didn't mean anything. She wanted another chance. None of it mattered. I packed a bag, went to stay with a friend, blocked her everywhere, and started planning to move out. Her friends reached out. Once I explained what had happened, most of them backed off. Her sister tried convincing me to reconsider, but I wasn't interested. In the comments, several people told me to make sure I didn't move out alone. Thankfully, I had 2 friends helping me. Others encouraged me to tell the manager's wife and report the relationship to the company, especially since the manager approved travel expenses and was in a position of authority. I also confirmed I'd be getting tested for STDs. Update: 5 days later. I officially moved out with the help of 2 friends. My ex wasn't there, and we got everything done quickly. She even tried contacting one of my friends after realizing I had blocked her. My friend made it clear I didn't want any further contact. Then I contacted the manager's wife. I explained who I was, shared everything that had happened, and included screenshots where my ex admitted to the affair while begging me for another chance. Hours later, the wife finally replied, "Thanks for sharing and sorry this happened." That was it. I offered to answer questions or provide more details if she wanted them. She simply responded, "That won't be necessary." I still don't know whether she already knew or if she was quietly dealing with the situation in her own way. After that, I submitted a detailed ethics complaint through the company's reporting system. I included names, dates, travel information, and explained that my ex had admitted to the affair. I couldn't attach the screenshots, but I documented everything I knew. At this point, whatever happens next is out of my hands. Looking back, I think I already knew something was wrong. I just didn't want to believe it. The advice I received gave me the push I needed to confront the situation instead of ignoring it. So tell me, am I the a-hole